Ladies and gentlemen, the crew of the Norwegian Epic, I'm Paul.
I'm Pamela.
And together we would like to thank you all for making our vacation such a fabulous and happy time. Wouldn't we?
We would.
Thanks, guys. So what you can see playing now are friends that we've made over the years of our cruising with Norwegian. Some of them are still working for the company. Some of them have left and done other things, and sadly, some are no longer with us. But all of these people we think of as real, genuine friends. And it's great to see that on this ship, we've even bumped into people that we've known from lots of cruises in the past. So, how did we start cruising with Norwegian? Well, the story is that in September of 2001, Pamela decided that we were going to start cruising. I definitely didn't want to go. And she dragged me, kicking and screaming, on our first cruise together, and it was for 4 days on the brand new Norwegian Sun from Southampton to Guernsey. Now, I have to tell you, I did not want to go. And the only way that Pamela could get me on the ship was she said, look, Paul, if you don't like it, when we get to Guernsey, you can get off and fly back to the UK, but I'm staying on the ship. Well, guess what? I got on the ship and I booked into a regular cabin, the only time I've ever been in a regular cabin, and it was very lovely. And I thought, this is not bad. And then the concierge at the time, a guy called Ray Williams, I bumped into him and he asked me if I was enjoying the new ship, and I said, yeah, it's very nice, but the cabin's a bit small. So he said, luckily for you, there's nobody in the owner's suite, 10004, I remember it. He said, so I can show it to you. He said, I can't put you in there. He said, but I'll let you look at what one of our owner's suites looks like. So he took me in, And I wandered round, and there was a hot tub on the balcony, and it was a big room and a marble bathroom and a dining room and everything. So, before we got off that cruise, because I did stay on it for 4 days, I'd already booked for our next cruise on the Sun in 10004, doing the Western Caribbean out of Miami. So that was 15 years ago. And since that time, Pamela and I have spent over 270 days on Norwegian ships, which means we've actually done a 9-month contract. So when we disembark in Barcelona, we think we're finishing our first contract and we're off home on vacation before we come back. Now, of course, although we think the ships that Norwegian build are fantastic, and they truly are, and we've tried other cruise lines since, boo-hoo. We've been on Royal Caribbean, nice suites, but, Princess, very nice suites, but they're right at the back, and people look down on your balcony, don't like that. Cunard, well, their deluxe suites in the Queen's Grill are very nice, and we've also been on P&O, but we don't talk about them. But we've always come back to Norwegian, where we feel at home. And the only reason we come back is because of you, the crew. You need to remember that it's you guys that make Norwegian a success. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Now, I'd like to speak on behalf of all the nice guests that you deal with and say thank you very, very much for making our vacation superb. Now, I'll pretend I'm speaking for all those miserable guests who complain and make your lives difficult, and I'll say, we're very sorry for making your lives difficult. We didn't mean it, honestly. Just remember, guys, that you make our vacation so special. It's down to you. It's not the ship. Well, that's just some of our friends. I thought I'd better put a picture of Andy up to make sure Miami are happy with the video. But now the important people. The laundry. Thanks for doing all our clothes. Oh, the executive chefs and all the chefs on board. The new menus are fantastic. All the specialty restaurants and all the restaurant staff, you do such a brilliant job for us. And the food aboard the ship has been magnificent. And of course, the most important area, the deck guys who will make sure the ship stays pristine and ship shape. Some special friends, Juliana, who we've known a long time down in Manhattan, and Annalisa, who we bumped into, who remembered us from 4 years ago. Such a lovely girl. Pamela's not going to be too pleased with this picture, but all the bartenders, especially Willie and Lily. Lily does a great job keeping Willie under control. And of course, we better not forget all the senior officers. They keep us safe and sound. The guys that look after the haven and produce it so well, keep it clean and tidy. The waiting staff in the Haven restaurant. Guys, you do a fantastic job delivering our food to us every day. Thank you so much. Must remember, of course, all the butlers. Well, a motley crew, but they do a super job and really look after all the Haven guests superbly well. Mustn't forget Bowen, a man who can get us off the ship with no trouble at all. Such a gentleman. The concierge, Elvina, we've known her such a long time. She's such a great concierge. But most importantly, all the stewards who look after everybody on the ship. You have such a hard job and you do it magnificently well. Now for the two superstars. First of all, our butler, Rodney. He's put up with all my quirks and he's got us everything we need. And finally, the real superstar. Although I must confess, I was surprised I had to help make the bed every day. But Bianca, she has been lovely. If we could, we'd put it in our luggage and take her home with us, but we'd have to bring Richard as well. Bianca, thank you so much for keeping the suite so lovely. Now this is how to celebrate a birthday.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to me.
Hooray! It's my birthday!
Happy birthday, Mr. Paul. Happy birthday, Mr. Paul. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Paul. Happy birthday to you.
Hooray!
Oh, happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Oh,
To you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Polly Bats.
Happy birthday to me. Three cheers for Polybird. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. Well done, Till. There you go. You took part in the happy birthday sing-song.
Happy birthday, dear Paul. Happy birthday to you.
And finally, when we get back, I've decided that I'm going to start a Facebook campaign where every guest, as well as filling in a hero card and tipping generously, has to take at least one member of the crew out to dinner during their stay on board, and perhaps it could all be like this. What does Jonathan do? One of the best battles. Okay. And then what we got? Who have we got next? Rodney, who have we got?
It's Rodney. One of the battles on board.
Next to me.
Trisha, shut up. They're doing their own introductions. And then we move along to...
Yeah, the best tower animal maker.
Boo. But then... the star of the show, Bianca, who does make the best towel animal.
Hi, I'm the tallest of the cabin steward.
Yes. And then we have... and who are you?
I'm the one who's taking care of you this evening and to give you a little bit background regarding what began as our here.
Oh, very good. Oh. He got me.
First night.
Your first night as well?
Yeah.
How come he knows you then?
Okay, yo. We have a salt and pepper.
Oh, you flash bugger.
One more.
Okay, one more. Oh, you gotta now give Richard some. Look lovingly as you do it. Pretend you love him. Stab him with a fork. Because he's a baby. Hey, you just decided to do this before. you had a good time? Trisha? Jonathan? Excellent. Did you have enough to eat?
Can't complain.
Can't complain.
Fabulous night for me.
Fabulous night. And whose fault was it that we had all that extra food? Yes.
The government.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Thank you for sumptuous dinner.
You're very welcome. Pamela Claire?
Perfect.
And I would just like to say that we've had a very nice time, the four of us, hosting the people who are making our holiday fantastic. So that's it. we're done, I think, Pamela.
Yeah.
Thank you very much again. We're going to be sorry to get off in Barcelona, but we've had a...
Amazing time. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much.
So, till the next time we see you all,